Now, okay, sorry, we were just doing some technical stuff.
We are recording.
We are recording. All right. So I want to share my screen. You know, we've already done this twice. We shouldn't be having hiccups now. But the menu doesn't look the same as normal. One participant can share at a time. Okay.
No,
Let me share.
right.
Aha!
There we go.
There it is. Okay. Does everybody see the browser? All right. Here we go. Same old place. We are going to Handley Regional.org. Hit enter. And it's thinking. There's our landing page. Yay. Tonight we're going to be exploring the digital library. So we're going to go down to those hexagon shapes that take us directly to places we want to be. And tonight we want to be at the digital library. So there's that. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go over here to the accessibility menu. I just get a kick out of the bigger cursor. There we go. I don't think I can live without it now.
And just remind everyone that the chat is open for questions.
Oh, yes. Amelia is reminding me to remind you that the chat is open for questions. Please ask your questions, make your comments in real time, and we will address them as soon as Amelia brings them to my attention. So don't hesitate. You've got a question, go ahead and type it in and let us know. All right. Clicking on Digital Library from our website. Okay, the first thing you're going to notice when we come in here is that over here on the left, we do have a navigation pane. And one thing I'm going to point out right away is that if you don't want the navigation pane to show, you don't have to have it. Right here, it says filter. That's what these are. These are all filters that we can apply to our resources. And this symbol means the very same thing. So if I click on it, then I can make the navigation pane disappear. And if I click on it again, either one, filters or the icon, then it comes back. Right now, you can see that we list a bunch of different categories. We've categorized things because as I scroll down here, you can see we just have a lot of stuff, a lot of really great resources. And if you do just digital library, you're going to get all of those returns. If you know what you're looking for and you think it fits into a category, then you can take it down a little bit. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go to business and investment here. So I'm going to click this second box right here. When you do that, you have to deselect or unselect digital library, because what the returns will do is bring up all the categories. So if I hit business and investment and I hit for kids and I hit job search, it's going to bring back all of those returns together. So I'm going to deselect the ones I don't want. I'm just going to do business investment. And then you have to scroll down to the bottom and hit apply. So as soon as you click it, it doesn't recategorize everything or reshuffle it. You have to hit apply. So I'm doing that. And now I've got just those resources that we have that fit under the category of business and investment. And we're going to take we're going to stick our toe in the wading pool, as it were, for a number of these. Now, one thing you will notice, even though it looks like there's a whole lot over here, if one of these resources fits into one or more categories, then you're going to see it reoccur as we go through different categories. So a lot of these will show up more than once. All right, let's start with Learning Express Library. What I prefer to do, visit resource website is your active link. And as I've mentioned before, I prefer to left click, or right click, excuse me. I'm still learning my left from my right. Right click to open up the menu that will allow me to open up in a new tab. That way, if I come up here and I X out of it, which I'm prone to do, I'm not actually Xing out of the whole website and have to re-navigate all the way back here. Okay, so I've logged into Learning Express Library. We have looked at this one a little bit in one of our former sessions. And here we have the login. So I'm going to enter my card number. And again, our resources are requiring card number, no spaces between the numbers, and PIN number these days. And we are getting a lot of calls at the library. A lot of people didn't know they had a PIN number or don't remember what it was. Everyone does have one. And if you don't know what it is, we can't tell you because all we see are dots, kind of like that, but we can reset it. So just quick call to the library, ask us to reset your PIN number, give us 4 numbers, and you're off to the races. All right, log in. And remember, with our new upgrade to our system, I only have to do that once now. We shouldn't have to do it for each resource. And tell it not to save. Okay, again, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time in any one resource, but a couple things I'll point out about this one. One, everything that's up here, career preparation, high school and college prep, and core skills are some of the great things that this resource offers, are also offered in Spanish. And so if I were to click there, I would get everything that's offered, but in Spanish. So I think that's pretty cool. One great thing that this resource has, and most of our resources offer, are tutorials as part of the resource. So I'm going to show you that with Learning Express here. We're going to go to Help, which is right up here in the top bar. And I'm going to come down here to Video Guides. Click on that. I'm looking to see if it's thinking. Pretty sure it is. Come on, you worked earlier. I'm afraid if I click it twice, I'll really confuse it.
It doesn't look like it's like
Doing anything, does it?
yeah.
There you go. I knew you could do it. All right, so here we have, here's a full-length video guide to this resource, Learning Express. There are also shorter ones divided up into welcome, homepage, registering as a new user. I'm not sure you need to register because your library card gets you in here, but with a lot of these resources, and I think depending on what you want to do with this one, you do want to make a login, a username, and a password. And the reason is it's going to track your progress. We're going to see that when we get into some of the language learning resources that we have. You don't have to have a login, but it helps if you want to pick up where you left off. Okay, so that's, let's see, what else did we want to see about this one? Oh, I want to show you, I'm going to go back to their homepage. And I just think this is pretty cool. Under adult core skills, if I click on that, so you can build up your math skills, your reading skills, your writing. But I thought becoming a US citizen. So if I click on that, because we have a lot of people that come to the library that are looking for citizenship and looking for aids in accomplishing that. There's preparatory resources here, from practice tests to ebooks and articles, and even flashcards that can help someone who's preparing for citizenship to kind of give them some assistance there. So that's kind of a neat part of this resource. And then if I hit career preparation, the core of this resource is that it assists you in preparing for tests, career or academic. And so you can see they have a lot of different careers covered, from air traffic controller, civil service exams, your commercial, your CDL, commercial driver's license, culinary arts and cosmetology. And we have people come in looking for these textbooks. And of course, textbooks in these areas are very hard to find. We as a public library don't carry them, but we can offer this resource, which will give you downloadable books and preparatory materials, and then practice exams, which are really cool. So that's one of the main functions of Ebsco Learning Express. All right, I'm going to go out of this one unless there are any questions about it.
No, not so far.
All right, let's go to the next thing then. Legal forms. I'm going to click into Visit Website Resource. So legal forms, one thing I'll mention off the bat so I don't forget to, you see right here where it's, I don't know if you can see my cursor or not, it says Virginia legal forms. So this is specific to our state. So when you see the resources I'm about to show you, they are tailored to the law in Virginia, which is great. So a lot of people come in looking for various forms to accomplish various things. And this resource is just filled with a tremendous amount of information. And what you see here is exactly what the title of the resource says. There are various forms, A to Z, or in this case, W. Everything from employment, family law, leases, letters, liens, contracts, a whole lot of stuff is covered here. Let's take a look at getting a form. So I'm going to go down to wills down here. All right, and maybe I'm interested in estate planning. So I'll click on that. And what I'm thinking is, I really don't know the first thing about estate planning. So I'm going to click on the planning questionnaire and worksheets. All right, so the form comes up, gives you a description of the form, and it gives you a preview. And what this one is basically is a form for you to fill out that kind of guide then becomes a template for what you would need to have in order to do your estate planning. And so when you look at the preview, if that's like, yeah, that's the thing that I would like, then you simply come up here to where it says download, and you can either download it in Microsoft Word, or you can download it as a rich text. And a rich text is basically a format that can be recognized by a lot of different operating systems, whether it's Apple or Windows, and across a lot of different platforms. But if you've got Microsoft Word, then you can simply download it that way. Okay, so that's one way of getting a form. And like I was showing you, there are just a lot of different kinds of forms that they have. Maybe I'm looking for advice, and I'm looking for advice on opening a small business. So I'm going to come over here where the alphabet is across the top, and I'm going to hit S. And right here is small business. So let's take a look and see what we got there. This is one of the surprising things about a resource called Legal Forms. It's not just legal forms. It's all kinds of forms. It's forms to guide you in preparation for things. It's forms to help you with your accounting and finance. There are articles about opening up a business. There are forms and helps with business operations. Just an awful lot here. And I think I'm going to go over to, I'm going to try checklists. I'll show you why here in a second. Business plan. Is it making one or updating one? I'm gonna. Well, let's go with updating my business plan. This is going to ask me questions. I'm kind of reading over these questions to see if they would. This is pretty good. I was looking at one earlier where, let me go back. I don't want to spend too much time in any one of these resources, but I want to say there was advertising. Yeah, right there on top. So this is a case where it's just a guide to help you. Have you defined your advertising objectives and written them down? You know, what exactly do you want to communicate to your potential customers? So if you don't know where to begin, that can help you. And mainly what I wanted to show you by bringing up this particular example is how diverse this resource really is. It does have all the legal forms, but it has a lot of helps and other kinds of forms also. Okay, a couple other things here. Tax forms. There's lots of places to get them, but this is one place you can. Come into legal forms, hit tax forms. Here's one place where we do have to hit our state, Virginia. And then, like, if I hit individual tax there's the 760 right there. I can download that, or the instructions. I can, come get the 760, which is available by the county, but I can go here to get the instructions if I want. So that was kind of cool. The other thing that's worth pointing out is, where did I have it here? Somewhere I have in here. Oh, I haven't gone back far enough. That's why. Let's go all the way back. I wanted to show you that we have an attorney directory. So again, I'm going to hit Virginia. And then depending on what area of the law you're looking for, you can just, like healthcare, I'll click on that. And then we get some names. And then you get some information about those attorneys. So if you're looking for an attorney, you can come here and maybe do a little background research first. Okay, any questions about legal forms? I know I'm going quick. All right, I'm moving on. X out of that, come back to here. Mango languages, are you up next? I think you are. Yeah. Okay, visit resource website. I'm going to open it up in a new tab because it's what I like to do. Here it comes. Now, this is one of those ones where you would want to log in if you're going to learn a language and have it track your progress. But tonight, I'm just going to come in as a guest. A couple things I want to point out. One is, this is great. It uses the conversational method, so you could, it shows it to you, then you repeat it back. You can repeat it in the microphone. It'll assess how well you're doing. It's a really great resource. If you were to buy something like this on your own, it would be very expensive, but the library's gotten it for you. But one thing we realized as we had non-native, non-English speakers coming into the library who were looking for a tutor or a resource to learn English is that this is that resource. At least it can be helpful along the way. So I can type in English is what I want to learn. Oh, by the way, you can learn English Shakespearean. I think that's pretty cool. I might have to look into that one. All right, I'm going to hit.
They have pirate language too.
Pirate, yeah. Amelia's mentioning that they have pirate, ARG. So if you want to, learn some pirate before you go on your cruise, here's the place. So depending on what your native language is, from Arabic all the way through, I've had Mandarin speakers come into the library. We've had a lot of Spanish speakers come into the library, and we show them this resource. And so what it does is it takes that conversational teaching method, reverses it, and does the same thing if it was an English speaker learning French. It would do that for whatever their native language is, learning English. So that's kind of a cool thing. All right, let's go back. Can we go back? And what else did I want to show you about? I think that's actually all I want to show you, except that you might think Spanish, French, English, Japanese, German, and Italian's all there is. See all. There they are. So if you would like to learn Yiddish, you can. If you want to learn Ukrainian, it's here. Javanese, I don't even know where Javanese is spoken. Does anyone know? If you do, type it in the chat there. All right. So anyhow, that's Mango Languages, which is a really cool resource that some of our staff have taken advantage of. I'm going to leave languages. We are still in business and investment here, and I want to show you reference solutions. All right, here we go. Visit resource, reference solutions. Okay, you're in the right place. That box popped up because it used to be called something else. Reference USA is what it used to be called. Now it's Reference Solutions. Okay, there's three main components to this resource. First one is U.S. businesses. So they have listings for, as it says right here, over 62 million businesses in the United States. And basically what that does is that provides you information about that business. So if there's something you want to look into a little bit more, you can do that. So I'm going to do an example here. I just clicked on U.S. businesses. How about company name is where I'm at. Hanley Library. What kind of shenanigans go on there? Let's say, yeah, let's go ahead and just put it in Winchester. We know it's in Winchester. And we know that it's in Virginia. So I'm going to do this drop down and I'm going to pick Virginia. All right, tell me about Hanley Library. You mean Hanley Library where the executive is named John Huddy? Why, yes, I do. I'm going to click on that. All right, it's going to give me some of the contact information. Here's our phone numbers. Here's where we're located. Actually, I thought it gave the address. It does, 100 West Piccadilly. That's us. Then here are some codes as to what kind of business we are. We're in the business of letting people borrow books and online materials and all kinds of stuff. We're in the business of information and sharing it. Okay, then down here's just some other basically data information. You can buy our credit report if you want to from Experian. There's John Huddy, our director. Now it is a little out of date. It says Ann White, manager. She's actually now our assistant director. You can load company news. Just curious what's there. And then any kind of news. New Zealand Herald. Wow, I didn't know we were worldwide famous. That might be an error. Anyhow, data, stuff. So there, you can really check out a company if you want to. A lot of times, people wanting to start a new company might use this resource to see what other companies are already in an area. Maybe they want to start like a food truck in Winchester or something, and they can do research through this resource to find out basically some information on their competition. All right, I'm going to go back to this start page, and I'm going to click on U.S. Jobs is basically a job search that is engined by Indeed. If you're familiar with Indeed, it's a really popular job search engine, but kind of we get some extras by having this resource. So that's what the U.S. Jobs is. Healthcare, I clicked on healthcare. And this time, instead of using the quick search, I'm going to go to the advanced search. Here it comes. Again, over on the left, I can kind of do some filters. So I want to know, this is basically a search for, like, find a doctor. So I'm going to do primary specialty. I'm interested in someone who knows something about allergies and immunology.
I would love to know under what circumstances we would want aerospace medicine.
Can you guys hear Amelia?
I'm sorry to interrupt.
She's interrupting me saying, I want to know under what circumstances you would want to know about aerospace medicine. But if you do,
We got you covered.
and there's one in Winchester, we got you covered. Okay, I am going to, let's put in, I'm going to click over here. I'm still over here on the left. I'm going to do city and state because you do need to narrow it down. I'm going to type up under this search, city and state search. I'm going to put in Winchester. And then I'm going to come down here to state, this drop down. Every time, Virginia's near the end of the alphabet. Okay, so we're going to look in Winchester, Virginia for those who are skilled in allergy and immunology. And I don't think I said that right. View results. Green button right here, view results. Okay. I said Winchester, didn't I?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm going to go back to revise search. I'm just curious, why? Oh, I know what I didn't do. Okay, Winchester, go. I have to come over here again, and I have to say, not Winchester, Ohio.
Yeah, Winchester, Virginia.
Winchester, Virginia. And I'm going to click on this other Virginia here, make it go away. Now let's try our search. Sometimes you got to play with these things. especially if you're me. There we go. We got two people who look like they're, because the address is the same, probably in the same practice. So we have two specialists in allergies here in Winchester. And if we click on their name, we get their information here. So, okay. Did I want to say anything more about? Yeah, I do. There's one more part of reference solutions that I want to show you. So I'm going back up the title here to go back to that main page, because this is not so common as it used to be. Used to be you had white pages that were delivered to you with your yellow pages. Then it just became yellow pages, right? But that's okay. You can still go online and type in white pages, and you could do it for free, but not anymore. Now they all cost something. Well, your library still gives you the white pages for free. So I'm going to go down here to standard white pages. I'm going to look for a guy. Happen to know his name is Steven. He goes by his middle name, Todd. Last name Strader. And let's pretend I don't know what city he lives in. I just know that he's in Virginia. So I did the drop down there. View results. Yep, there I am with some other guys named Steven Strader. I should call them up and introduce myself. That wouldn't be weird. But anyhow, so there's that. And dare I click on that? I don't know what would happen.
Put your address on the internet forever.
Yeah, I know. Oh, so yeah, there's my home number. Don't call me tonight. Okay. All right. I'm going to go on to another one here. Let's see. We just did reference solutions. I'm going to skip Rocket languages. Why do we have two? Why do we have Mango and Rocket? Mango, we looked at, we liked it, we paid for it. Rocket, the state of Virginia said, we're going to offer you this, and we don't turn down anything the state wants to give us, so we've got two. But I'm not going to go into looking at Rocket. I kind of think, personally, I favor Mango. Maybe you won't. Check out Rocket if you think that's something that you want to do. Universal class. We have looked at that before. It's worth taking another look. I think the last time we tried to look at it, I didn't know my login. Tonight, I've come prepared. All right, visit resource. If you'll remember me telling you about Universal class, it is a whole bunch of online video courses that you can actually get continuing education credits for or not, whatever level you want to do it at, but it's got a whole lot to offer. So signing in, looking at my cheat sheet. Oh yeah, there we all are. And there's the one I want. Okay. And then my password. Now, that's the password I use for everything. So if you can interpret those dots, I'm really in trouble. Signing in. All right, here we are in the resource. And I'm going to go to browse courses. If I'm taking classes, then my classes would all be listed right here for me. Okay, browse courses to see what they offer. Lots of things. These are just general categories. So there's over 40 online courses in accounting, 45 in homeschooling, crafts and hobby, there's 70 there. And you can see it's kind of another A to Z list, again, ending in W. Writing skills, spiritual studies, there's just an awful lot here. So let's take a look. I want to learn ... Well, I would like to learn about dog training. Actually, I have a rabbit, but I want to learn about dog training. Search. Okay, look, here's a whole bunch of courses from 101 to advanced, grooming, dog psychology, cat care. So let's go ahead and go into 101. Let's start at the beginning. I'm going to click on that. You can see right here, it offers 1.2 continuing education units. All right, so I come to kind of an overview page. And the overview page tells me there are 12 lessons with 29 exams, 12 hours. Here's a course description. Here's what some of the topics are going to include: feeding tips, basic dog bathing. And then down here are how the lessons are parsed out. So pet preparations is the first one. Dog care routines is the second lesson. Average lesson rating is pretty good, 4.5 stars. So this must be good stuff. Did I count that right? Yeah, okay. All right, I'm going to go up here. I'm pretty impressed. Now, let me tell you, one thing that would kind of turn me off, 29 exams. I'm not going to subject myself to that if I don't have to. Truth is, you don't have to. You can do it so that you can get the CEUs and you have to take the exams. But if all you want to do is watch the courses and learn this stuff, you can do that. Join this course. I thought it gave me a choice as to whether or not to do it with the exams or without. Let's do join this class. There we go. Guide for beginners. Enter course. I just want to see how far I have to go before I get to choose. Oh, okay. I was pretty sure one of the ones I chose before I got to choose whether it was the exam one or not the exam one. I think with this one, you just kind of view the lesson, and if you don't want to do the exam, you just skip it. But that's a quick look at a universal class. And like I was saying, there are just so many types of courses to take here. It is a real treasure. All right, questions about that?
Not so far.
Not so far? Okay. In that case, we're going to go on to one of my, I was going to be sarcastic and say favorites. It's a great resource. It's just that it's not in my wheelhouse.
Rather dry.
Value line. Let me tell you about Value Line. Years ago, we used to get from Value Line a subscription, and they would send us a number of packets of printed materials that would track the market and make predictions and have a lot of really valuable financial information for investors. And people would come into the libraries, each of our branches, and they would get out these big binders that we had put them in, and then they could look through it, and if they wanted to, they could photocopy the sections that were most important to them. And it was a great resource, and people really appreciated that. Those who were very much into tracking their investments really relied upon that. And then a couple of years ago, they took it away. But they only took it away to replace it with what I'm about to show you. And while a lot of people were used to the paper, this really expanded what you could do with your investment tracking by leaps and bounds. So let's go ahead and open up the Value Line resource here. I'm thinking it's thinking. It is. Stuff's happening. Okay, so here's the website, and it can be navigated across the top here. I'm going to show you real quick these quick links. I'm going to click on Smc Summary and Index. The information that folks used to come into our branches to seek out in printed form is still here. This is it. This is the small and mid-cap one, and it's just basically a PDF. So it's just been digitized, but everything's here that you don't have to photocopy it anymore because it's right here, and I'm pretty sure you can download this if you want to and print it if you want to, but otherwise it's right here for you. Okay, I'm going to go back. Yeah, okay. I'm going to go ahead and, can I get rid of that? All right, I'm just going to go back here. So there's these tabs across the top, which I can click on and show you these pages, but I'm going to remind you that this is not in my wheelhouse, so I'm not all that certain what I'm looking at on any given page. However, there is help. If you come over here across the top to investment education, I'm going to click on that. You're going to get this. Get more out of Value Line so you can get more out of your investments, and it says watch now in that orange button. I'm going to click on that. You may have already noticed it shot us over to YouTube. They have a YouTube channel that has all these instructional videos. So right down here, instructional how-tos, and you can click on the playlist, and there's welcome to value line. There's how to screen and select a stock. I know there's a couple in here about how to actually navigate their website and make the most out of it. So you can come and watch the videos to learn all the stuff that I'm not able to tell you in the present moment. And hold that thought, there is one more video elsewhere on our website that will help you with value line. Okay, I'm not going to say any more about that because I don't know any more about that. Make that go away. Were there any questions that I can't answer?
Not so far.
Okay. All right, what we're going to do now is we're going to move from business and investment to career and test prep. So I'm going to click on that. I'm going to deselect business and investment. I'm going to scroll to the bottom and I'm going to hit apply. So that's over on that navigation pane to the left that we started the evening talking about. I just hit apply. All right. I really want to show you GCF Learn Free. Another thing that a lot of people come to the library looking for is help with computers. We have a lot of people that just, they say, I don't know the first thing about computers. Unfortunately, when they're using our computers, we don't have enough staff to sit down and guide them through the basic use of a computer and to get them to the skill level they need to be to do the task that they want to do. We do recommend other places in town that teach computers, but during COVID, those places haven't been operating so much like they used to. One of the big ones, what am I trying to think of, Amelia, is, I'll think of it here in a second.
Put me on the spot like that.
I did. I put you on the. All right, I'm going to hit visit resource for GCF Learning. Open link.
Were you talking about the literacy volunteers?
Literacy volunteers, that's what my brain wasn't coming up with. They do teach computers, but right now they're not doing that. So the next best thing we have is this resource. Okay, so this is GCF Learning. Let me start with going into technology, because that's where the computer stuff is. So first of all, they have software programs. So if you want to learn more about using Word or Excel or any of the Microsoft Office Suite products, PowerPoint, Access, they've got tutorials on that. Email, just email basics. They even have a category devoted to Gmail. I love that. Internet, you've got your browsers here, Internet basics, and then we get down to computers. They've got typing tutorials. They've got a mouse tutorial. And I'm going to go ahead and click on basic computer skills. All right. I think getting started with your first computer, is that what I want to click on? I think so. Yeah, because I wanted to show you, it really starts from the beginning. That's the power button. So we start with turning it on and we go from there. And I think that's pretty good because a lot of learning resources make assumptions about your learning level. This one doesn't. It starts you right with the basics and then goes from there. You can learn how to use keyboard and mouse, how to click on the left side and the right side and what that does. So this is a really good resource. I'm going to go back to that main page. Okay, what are some of the other things I wanted to show you about this one? Under core skills, we have a lot of people that come in, especially during the COVID response, during the quarantine, when a lot of people had to take up the task of teaching their children, looking for materials on basic math, on basic writing, and that kind of thing. This resource was a big help. So it covers addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, algebra, a lot of those basics. I'm going to take you down personal finance. That's probably one I could use. I wanted to show you GED. So we've got a number of resources that will help prepare for the high school equivalency, and this is one of them. So all I would have to do is hit on GED prep resources, and a bunch of them would come up. But I'm going to move along because we're starting to run out of time. So let me show you one more thing. And that is, once again, it's not limited to these. If I hit all topics, here they come. Prepare yourself. There's a lot of them. So everything from resume writing to learning older versions of Microsoft Office to French, PowerPoint. There's just a lot of really cool stuff in here. It's all free tutorials to access. So if you're looking at picking up some skills in any of this stuff, this is a great resource. Okay, if there's no questions about GCF Learn Free, I'm going to move on.
Okay.
All right. And I want to say Peterson's. Hello, Peterson's Career Prep. I think we may have mentioned this one, or was it this one? I'm going to go into this. Let's see. Open link in a new tab. And I think I was just going to give you a basic overview of this one. So a lot of people come in to get out books on writing a resume. That's great, except for a lot of those books are dated. They date pretty quickly, actually. So if you want to find out what some of the more contemporary methods are in putting together a resume, and you want to be walked through the process, this Peterson's Career Prep is the right one from you. Finding a career. Actually, what happens here is they ask you questions, you answer them, and it helps you kind of sort through what is it I want to do. Maybe I'm, looking for that first career, or maybe I want to change careers. That happens a lot these days. This would be a place to kind of sort that out. And then there's a lot of advice, and that's advice for everything like how to do a good interview, to a lot of the different aspects of landing a job and excelling in that job. So I didn't have a lot to show you in career prep, but that is another good resource that we have. All right. Did we do Learning Express? No, we need to do Learning Express. I think we have looked at this one before. So this is Ebsco Learning Express. I'm going to visit the resource. And this is the one that has academic and career. Yeah, we already looked at that. I'm into repeats. Okay. Mango languages, we looked at that. Niche. I don't think we've looked at niche yet, have we?
No.
All right. Visit resource. We looked at it on a previous Wednesday. I remember that. But it's worth looking at again, and I'll show you. Open it up. Here's Niche Academy. Some of the things we've talked about tonight. Let's see here. Here's Universal Class. We talked about that. Here's a video on how to use that. And over here, I don't think, I'm going to move you guys for a little bit. I know you can't see yourselves. Value line. So remember I said I struggle with it? Well, I can come here and I can watch this video and I'll know a little bit more about it. So that's going to go on my to-do list. So this is a great way to watch a video on a lot of the resources that we're talking about tonight, a lot of the resources that the library has for everybody. All right. Leaving Niche Academy. All right, and then Universal Class we've already looked at. All right, that means we can go back up here and we can move right along. Community resources, apply. There's Literacy Volunteers, who I couldn't think of earlier, and the United Way. Now this is different. I showed you guys when we went over the web, that if you go into the adult page and then you click community resources, that has a lot of organizations there that can be helpful to our citizens. This is a little bit different and lists 2 of those, but it has also other things here. So if you want to know about Virginia District Courts, we've got that website. I'm not going to really talk about it other than to show you. Then it basically takes you to their webpage with all of their information. So if you need that, that's there. Virginia Free Legal Answers. I think we do want to take a quick look in that one. Let me see here. Actually, no, I'm going to skip that for now. The one I wanted to show you while we were here is Virginia Navigator. Okay, so Virginia Navigator has a lot of, as I'm just reading here, free resource information associated with aging, disabilities, and post-military life and overall well-being. I'm going to click on it and go in. Okay, so you can click in your zip code, you can do the drop down and do the popular topics. But I think what I wanted to share about this one is the assessment tool. Where is the needs? Ah, it's down here. Okay, so I've scrolled down a little bit. And right here, you wouldn't find it necessarily unless you knew to go looking for it, and that's what tonight's all about. Service Navigator Needs Assessment Tool is an active link on that main page. I'm going to click on it. It brings up a questionnaire. I am interested in finding help for, I'm going to click myself. I could have clicked someone with whom I provide care. It's going to ask me a series of questions: how old I am, do I have a disability, am I a veteran, I am looking for services in what zip code. I'm actually going to click a few of these, put in our zip code, which does not have that extra forward, and hit submit.
We have a question.
Yes.
Any educational tools on making Medicare choices for when you turn 65?
Would be this resource.
Mm-hmm.
What I would do is I would come in, and as I go on filling out this information, actually this is one resource. I think we have another Medicare resource, and I want to say it's under the community resources. I'm going to investigate that and get back. Can we get a name and email for that?
Sure. Let me just send them a private
Or
message.
I can send it to everybody. I can send the answer to that one to everybody if you guys want. Why don't I do that?
Okay.
Because I'm sure there's others who want to know that the answer to that too.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to investigate that because I didn't see it in this review, but I think we have something. So.
I'll write something down.
Okay. Anyhow, I just want to show you that as you fill out this questionnaire, then you can submit it, and then you will get a personalized response from these guys. Okay. I think we're going to go down to, we're going to skip digital library. That's everything. Ebooks. How are we doing? We're only 10 minutes away from ending tonight. I might have to start making some triage decisions here. Do we have any parents with us tonight? I might skip over a lot of the homework help and young children materials if we don't have anyone where that's applicable. I'll tell you real quick, Ebsco host. Actually, that's not the one I want to show you. That is some further ebooks. Hoopla. I'm going to go into Hoopla real quick. We'll probably do some special nights just on this. Hoopla is one of our download sites. Remember, there was the Blue Ridge Downloads Consortium, and then there's also Hoopla. And Hoopla is the one where you can get out 3, and you can keep it for a number of days, which is, I can get that information for you if you want. I think it's like 21 days for a downloaded book. But I wanted to show you, it's not just books and it's not just audiobooks. It's also comics, movies, music. So what you do here is you download the entire album, and popular television. So we got, and I'll tell you, Hoopla's not one to go in saying I'm looking for a specific song or a specific show. It's more of one I'm going to go in and see what's interesting to me. So it's kind of a browse kind of, it's at its best when you're browsing. All right.
We do have a parent of a high schooler in here, so.
Okay, we will hit that high school resource then.
Okay.
If nothing else, just to show you where it's at. All right, let's see here. I was going to go into 4Kids. I think I can do it real quick, but that's really more younger kids. going to hit apply just to show you that it's here. I'm going to show you Common Sense real quick. So Common Sense, visit resource. This gives you ratings and reviews for, it's kind of like Rotten Tomatoes and Internet Movie Database rolled into one. Like, for example, if I clicked on The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which has just come out, I think. So they say Agent 11 and up is what they feel it's most appropriate for. We can come down here. It kind of tells you how it does on positive messages, where it's at on violence, sex not present, language a little bit. So that can be really useful, what parents need to know, and other information. Okay, won't linger here. And I'm not going to go into some of these other ones. Let's do genealogy. We kind of covered in one of our previous sections. I'm going to skip it. Homework help. Apply. So I'm going to go real quick over what's best about some of these. CQ Researcher. If you're looking, if your child, your student is looking to do maybe a position paper or showing the pros and cons of a particular hot topic, this is the resource for you. CQ stands for Congressional Quarterly, and these are vetted articles that have been submitted on both sides of any given hot topic issue that Congress might be addressing. So that can be really useful. Ebsco Master File, especially for a high schooler, this is a good one. Master File is basically the catch-all. It's a lot like our new Search Everything button up here. It's going to bring back a lot of returns, and I was going to go through it, but since we're running out of time, I'm just going to kind of describe real quick. It's going to bring back a lot of article returns. It's going to give you how to cite those articles as part of it, plus a lot of really useful features. We also have Explore High School, kind of does a lot of the same things. So those are two different databases that you'll want to explore. One of the things that's great about them, oh gosh, I wish I had the time to go into them, is that the preview page, pardon me, has a lot of active links. Active links can help you narrow a topic. And then underneath that, it gives you, oh shucks, let's go in, Todd. Can't help myself.
We still have 5 minutes.
We got 5 minutes. We can cover the whole rest of the databases in that time. I'm going to go into climate change. Okay, so you see there's a lot of ebooks here. I think if I click on one of those, does it give me what I'm looking for? Maybe this is not the one I'm thinking of, but you can download the whole thing there. And it does have video lessons here. Maybe I'm thinking of, I'm going to get out of this. I'm sorry to be scatterbrained. I'm going to go into Explore. Explore, are you the one I'm thinking about?
Yeah.
Maybe. Climate change. Search. Okay, let's looks a lot like the other one, doesn't it?
Well, I think it draws from the same.
Yeah, it's drawn from the same databases.
It's just like organized by age appropriateness.
Okay, it's not really showing me what I wanted to show you, so I might move on. Typically, the ones that I had seen are going to have active links up in the description and then more topics down below, and those can help you broaden your search if you like. All right, and then we also have, this is Find It Virginia High School is a third one. So there's a whole lot of homework help available through the library. Okay, let's take a quick look at my cheat sheet. What do I really want to show you? 3 minutes. Oh, there's so much. I think we did free legal answers. I'll tell you about free legal answers real quick without going into it. I will resist the temptation. For people who qualify, so what happens is this resource asks you a series of questions, and if you qualify, you can ask lawyers who do pro bono work through this resource questions, and they will give you an answer for free if you qualify. The Virginia District Courts is just information on that. Virginia Law Portal is if you want to go in and look at the Code of Virginia. We used to have that in book form. Now we have it here. You can access the entire code and it's searchable. And Virginia Lawyer Referral is just what it sounds like. You can type in what kind of law you're looking for and it will come up with a referral for you. I showed you a resource earlier that does that. This does that as well. Lifelong learning. Covered that, covered that, covered that, covered that, covered that. Yeah, covered all those. All right. Moving right along. Popular tools. I think this is probably where we're going to have to end. But Consumer Reports is a really popular tool, so I wanted to make sure that you saw it here. You have to log in, and the login is reference@hanleyregional.org, and the password is reference, and you don't have to remember that. You just have to know our phone number to call, and we will tell you that login information. And then what you can do is you can do a search, and it's going to bring you up all the product comparisons. It's going to tell you what their choice was. It's going to tell you what to look for if you're looking for a dryer, how best to shop for it. All the information that you love about Consumer Reports is here for free. Okay, moving on. Novelist, I wish I had time to show you Novelist, but I'm not going to tonight. But basically, remember, it is part of our catalog under read-alikes. Basically, this resource has combined with our catalog to show you similar authors and similar titles to, if you pick a book, one you like. Okay, and it's 7:59. I got 60 seconds. I can do more.
Do one more. Super fast.
There's one I want to get to, and I can't remember where it is. Is it under reference and research?
Which one?
It is. Is it Library of Virginia? I think it is. Let's try it. Open link in new tab. Yeah. So I could show you all the wonderful resources that the Library of Virginia has waiting for you on its website. I could show you how to search for all kinds of incredible information, but that's not what I'm going to show you tonight. No, instead, I want to go to, how do I get where I want to go? Is this it? Is this the resource I wanted? Hang on one second. No, I want to go to, this is a great resource. Check it out sometime. I want to go to, is it under, it's under reference and research. That's where I'm at. And I'm looking for Encyclopedia Virginia. Where are you? Encyclopedia Virginia. There it is. I want to show you this one. Encyclopedia Virginia. Open resource. I know I'm scatterbrained. I don't know why they hired me. Okay, here we go. Lots of great information on this, but I want to show you virtual tours. So I clicked up here, virtual tours. Here they come. They're loading. I'm going to end tonight by taking you to Monticello. Just clicked on Monticello there. So we can just kind of walk around by clicking these arrows, and we can look around by clicking these arrows and seeing what kind of, I've lived in Virginia a really long time. I've never been to Monticello until now. Hey, there's an interesting hallway. Oh, don't do that. Come back here. I'm sorry. I know I'm just playing. Okay, I thought I was walking into the fireplace. But anyhow, this is a great way to do some virtual exploring and have a little fun with one of our resources. Any more questions about some of the stuff we looked at really quickly tonight?
A bunch of people said thank you.
Oh, you are most welcome. So it's kind of, you know, parting is such sweet sorrow, but do we have to?
you want me to unmute everybody?
Yeah,
I'll
you
stop
could.
or- I'll stop the
You could.
recording.
I'm going to stop sharing my screen.
Mhm.
I'm going to let you guys go. I know it's been an hour,
Well,
but I hope you found this useful. And what I'd like to ask you is, A, would you be interested in something like this in the future? And B, may I send you a survey to ask you a few questions? Mainly what I want to know is what kinds of things would you like to dive into next? So I'll send you, if you're okay with that, I'm gonna send everyone a survey, and we can make some decisions. You got enough of a taste to say, hey, I want to know more about this or that. And I will also tell you that Amelia and I have been talking, and we don't think we can live without you. So